Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Train Simulator Classic, aka Railworks. Today we're going to be taking a look at the latest and greatest from Caledonia Works, the LB&SCR L-Class series of 7 464 Baltic class tank locomotives built, designed by LB Billington for the LB&SC, built between April 1914 and April 1922, used for express passenger services. I had it written down. Oh, yeah. Known as the Brighton Baltics, Baltic being the European name for the 464 wheel arrangement. So that's a little bit different from us Americans. Typically, 464 in the United States is referred to as the Hudsons, as the ever famous New York Central locomotives. In the pack, you are going to get this absolutely gorgeous kind of chocolate brown link. I'm going to get this kind of nice gray, almost photographer's gray kind of paint scheme. Southern green, which particular locomotive we'll talk about in a second, because it's got a little bit of a fun bit to it. One of the other southern greens, and the final southern green. As I said, 7 locomotives were built. All were scrapped, with none remaining today, unfortunately. Balls, my phone just gave up. Yeah, there we go. I believe the last locomotive was operational in 1957. So, I'm hopping back to this particular locomotive, just kind of for giggles and squiggles. It stands out on its own. Number 333 was the LB&SCR's War Memorial locomotive, and bore a plaque reading, "In grateful remembrance of the 532 men of the LB&SC Railway who gave their lives for their country 1914 through 1919. Which we can see right here in the plaque remembrance, on the plaque, the memorial. And it's very cool in that it is a 3D plaque here. The letters are 3D items. They're all separate objects there. It looks like the lettering inside the plate is a 2D thing, but it's not wildly noticeable. So, you know, kind of a cool little bit of history of a particular locomotive. Good Lord Almighty, that thing is loud. I forgot to get rid of that before I made this scenario. My bee. Excellent looking model, as is pretty typical of Caledonia Works. They really do a great job in their modeling. The overall object looks really, really nice. Texturing's a little bit wacky. You can see kind of the squares going on, which, something you get used to with the Caledonia models. It's not wildly noticeable. You got to be at a weird angle for it to be noticeable. But it is one of those things where when you are at that weird angle, it does kind of stand out. Funky little squares. I I believe somebody tried to explain it as them trying to make it look like perforations in the metal, I believe. Which, yeah, I could kind of see that, but overall it does look good. The green here almost kind of looks blurred out all the way along. Overall model looks really, really nice though. Now obviously these being tank locomotives, these are not built for long range services. These are shorter ranged express locomotives, kind of meant for shorter distances. Well, you can still get a pretty fair distance. Lots of 3D rivets make me very happy. Very nicely modeled. Lettering, it's not their best work. Kind of blurry up close. The numbering looks phenomenal. And then we come over here to the lettering, and it's not so much. Kind of a shame. The southern doesn't look half bad. Yeah, kind of same story. It looks a little bit blurry. Boogity 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 boo. Let's hop on over to you. Once again, the lettering looks really, really good this time. Numbering looks really, really good. The line, nah. Anyway, let's jump into it. Get rid of that. Don't need that. I actually do need this for a second. Otherwise, we'll be having a very short trip. Should give us where we want. Hop in the cab. Not half bad. Not a big fan of the weathering. Doesn't really float my boat. I tend to say this on every video, but weathering just tends to look like fake. I mean, for lack of a better term, which yes, I know it's a simulator, there's only so much you can do, but that's kind of why I say the weathering, it just never really floated my boat, because it never looks quite right. We don't get back windows. Don't get these side doors. Well, that's kind of a shame. It's kind of an interesting point of view. Like, you're way, way back here. Do get a firebox. Lots of fun views. Fun camera angles. Control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously for your headlights and their combos. Safeties. Can't open the coal bunker. Should be our handbrake, our dampers. What on earth? Ugh. Well, that's not cool. Dampers are kind of wonky. Control R will enable an auto fireman. Auto fireman is good for regulating your fire. I find he's not so good for your water consumption, so if you like to operate from the cab, do remember that you'll probably have to pay attention to your own water consumption. We don't get the windows. Where's our fireman's injector? Decrease, increase water. Throttle. Should be our driver's injector. Front sander. Cylinder cocks. E key to unlock your reverser. Hold it. Of course, W to move it. Train brake. It looks an awful lot like a brake stand that we've seen before. Like that should be your small ejector, your brake, but it's not functional. Huh. Alright, let's burn off some of that pressure. I believe the speed limit is something like 45? 50. The fluctuating gauges are fun. I do like those. It's kind of entertaining how much louder the sounds are inside the cab. Like the chuff sounds are way, way louder. Out here, they're not very loud. So it's kind of odd how far away it gets quiet. The sounds are quite nice though. I do like them. Yeah, I think we got a while. Exhaust is not half bad. I like the steam effects better than I like the exhaust. I'm not entirely sold on the exhaust. It doesn't look bad, but past here it kind of starts to turn into the cotton ball look. Go ahead and start playing with our brakes here. The ambient sounds are really nice. I do like those. Alright, truth be told, overall the sounds are really not bad. I quite like them overall. Full emergency, let's see what happens. Aw, no lockup unfortunately. But yeah, overall very nicely modeled. And it sounds really nice. It runs really nice. I'm kind of disappointed at the lack of interaction in the cab. Like, no doors, no windows, no small ejector, no train brake, locomotive brake. Like, I get this is the train brake, but then again, I'm pretty sure that's a brake handle. If that's not functional. Small ejector is not functional. Like none of these doors, none of these windows, coal bunker. I know it's a dumb thing to point out, but compared to many of their other releases as of late, this one's kind of a letdown. Not to mention that that damper sound. Oh, now it's not doing it. And you guys heard that earlier. The crrrr sounded nuts. But I think it's like $15-ish, so it's not the typical $20 pack. And for the price, I still think it's fairly worth it. It's not half bad. Not half bad. It's really quite nice. I'd definitely recommend checking it out. It's a fairly neat one for some branch line service and whatnot, so definitely go check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next time.